So I've been teaching guitar for 20 years now, and I've noticed most guitarists are stuck in the same trap. They've memorized scales, they practice licks, but their solos sound hollow. It's like they're lifeless exercises. I've seen it so much, I developed a name for it. I call it Fretboard Syndrome. It's when you know the neck, but the music coming out feels empty. Now, here's the truth. It's not your fault. You don't suck at soloing. You've just never been taught the right way. And all the YouTube tutorials out there add to the confusion. I've lived inside this curse for years. And the worst part is you think you're getting better, but as the years pass, you realize you're just repeating the same bullshit over and over. Today, I'll show you 3 simple steps that help me unlock the fretboard and solo over anything. I put together a full companion pack for this video. You get PDFs, guitar profiles, the backing track. It's all inside my Patreon page below. Here's the thing, I can only handle a limited number of students, so hurry before spots run out. I know soloing is kind of an intimidating subject, but I have 3 basic steps that's going to take you from 0 to hero fast. And again, it's not your fault. You just ain't never been taught this shit, right? So step number 1 is to find the tonic pitch. And the best way to do this is to actually get in the ring and fight. So what you got to do is get on YouTube, dial up a track that you don't know, right? Like some tracks you already know the key of. That's not going to work. So I'm not going to actually show you what the song is. We're just going to pick like a random backing track and you're going to hear it, but you're not going to know anything about it, right? So let's play a track. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we're hearing some sound now, and what we have to do for step 1 is actually find the pitch that everything else is based around. Now, if you're not familiar with this step, that means you've been taught wrong. This is the very most important thing. So what you're going to do actually before you even get to your guitar is locate it with your voice. I feel like this is still too loud. Why is everything so loud? Okay, so listen to the chords, right? You see what I'm humming? I'm humming the bass note. I'm humming that note right there. What the hell is that note? We're going to find it in a minute, right? But first you got to be able to locate that center of the universe in the song. You guys get what I'm saying here? It's like the note that you could end the track on. It's like home base. There isn't any fine-tuned science to this. It's just a feel. So don't overcomplicate this step. Just hum what feels right. This is a different chord in the progression, right? That's the home bass. Ba. So where is that note? Ba. We have to find that. Unless you have perfect pitch, you have no idea what the hell that note is. So we got to find that on guitar. I don't have perfect pitch. You probably don't have perfect pitch. Maybe some of you do. It's a very small percentage of the population. But what you do is you hum with your voice. Now don't get embarrassed about this. No one else is in the room with you, right? Like lock your door. Make sure no one else can hear you. Don't get in your own way, right? So, ba, we're looking for that note, ba, that ain't it, ba, holy shit, that's where, ba, nope, ba, there it is. Okay, so you're like, all right, 3rd fret of the A string, that's a C, okay, so that's step 1. So we figured out the tonic pitch. Now let's get to step 2, right? Step 2 is, listen, bro, we got to know, is this shit major or is it minor? Because if you're playing major and it's minor, people will cringe and their ears will bleed. All right, the way that you do that is you're going to find your C note. And I know most people understand what the minor pentatonic scale is, right? That was actually kind of more like the blues scale, but you get the idea, right? So that's minor. Now, if we play that and it fits, then we know we're dealing with a minor key. And if it doesn't, then we know it's probably major. So let's give this a shot, right? Let's play the track and let's play the notes. Is this working or not? Sounds pretty good to me, right? Now, you could double check. You could try a major pentatonic scale if you wanted, right? Holy shit! Oh, what? That's just, no. It's brutal. Like, that's not working. And again, stop overthinking shit. You don't need to know any technical theory. This is just about your feeling, right? And that clearly didn't feel right. So it's minor. So we've got C minor. Now, the last step, really, if you really want to drive it home, is plug in a modal framework. So if it's C minor, that's like the full-on minor scale. You don't need to do that. But just like figure out all the pentatonic shapes that go along with that. Does that make sense? There's 5 pentatonic patterns, right? Because the pentatonic scale has 5 notes. So that's the root pattern, right? Then you got the major pattern. And you can keep going along like that all the way up the neck. That's really the last step. And once you get that, you can play a solo all across the fretboard, and you can banish fretboard syndrome to the shadow realms. Now, in the next segment, we're going to talk about how to outshred the devil, right? And the devil's primary music is the blues. Listen, man, the story is you go down to the crossroads and you sell your soul at midnight to Old Scratch for unlimited power. And then you shred it up like a pro, right? Step 1, we've got the shuffle pattern. And this is really simple. You guys have all heard this before. Goes like this, right? Let's say we're in the key of E. You got this pattern. That's it. Now you just do that on the 1, 4, and 5 chords. So in the standard 12-bar format, you can see we've got 4 bars of E7. And then you switch it up. You go to A7 for 2 bars, right? So that's this. There's a lot of different variations you can do. That's what makes the blues so incredible, is its flexibility. Now, then we go back to the 1 chord for 2 bars. That's E7. And then we hit the 5 chord. That's B7, right? And what did I do for this one? Here it is. Yeah, this one's a bit of a stretch. So dislocate your finger so you can do this. That's all it is. And then we're back to the 4 chord. And then comes my favorite part, the descent into Hades. I'm talking about the turnaround, son. Here it is. And this is my favorite one. Actually, there's 2 main turnarounds, but the best one is the one that goes down. Right? You guys have probably heard that. It's kind of like programmed into our DNA at this point. And that is the blues. That's the first step in understanding blues. Simple. Now, here's a backing track that I'll include in the Patreon notes. And it's great because it very clearly lays out the 12-bar blues. So you can play along to this, and it takes you through the chords step at a time, right? And this is actually the track that I soloed over. You might be seeing some of the footage of my blues solo. Makes it super clear. Could not be more clear, right? So try this out. And each time the chords switch, you just change the scale, right? So E blues, B blues, A blues. It's a piece of cake. Now let's target a couple licks from my solo. So you gotta throw in some variations, like the shuffle pattern. If you just do this. Okay, yeah, that was great for like, 1906. But now that it's 2025, maybe you want to mix it up a little bit, right? So I came up with this little variation that sounds like this. So that adds like a sort of Dorian vibe. So the Dorian scale works really well in blues, has that raised 6th degree. And what I'm doing is keeping that same shuffle pattern, but I'm adding some chords behind it. So it's basically like an E, an A, and a G. And there's some contrary motion in between those two. So that really mixes things up and makes it sound fresh. Now, I talked earlier about how you can make the chords more interesting. So check this out. Randy Rhoads played this chord in Diary of a Sane Man. I mean, Diary of a Madman, right? And it sounds like this. Maybe we actually do a clean sound for this, huh? Let's try this one. So that works actually as a 4 chord. So I'm thinking in E blues, that goes over the A or the 4 chord. Now the cool thing about that is it's got the root, the 7th G, so it's an A based chord, right? So you got A, the root, the 7th G, the 3rd C sharp, the sharp 4th, D sharp, and the regular, the 5th actually, E. So that actually outlines a Lydian dominant sound. Let's do a little different patch here. So Lydian dominant, you got that sharp 4th degree and the flat 7. Really cool. Now, if this helped you break through any barriers, I want to know down in the comments below. And here's the thing, I got a whole arsenal of this kind of shit waiting for you inside Patreon. Until next time, stop listening to DJs and fuck pop music.